My people, it don't happen no. Information reaching to us today say Mazen and the Kanu they innocent for everything we be say they accuse him. The Chief Justice we they in charge of Mazen and the Kanu when they pick him for Kenya don't come talk say Mazen and the Kanu they innocent. Right now, him himself don't enter jail. Even the family don't join and enter jail. So this video expose a lot of things. Pay attention, listen to how in talk pronounce Mazen and the Kanu guilty that time. And everything I don't backfire them. Listen and share this video to everyone. You see, say this our God know they sleep. I go allow you may watch this video from the start to the end. Listen to yourself, waiting they go on. Right now, after everything, after all these years, we be say Mazen and the Kanu don't suffer for the hands of Nigerians. Right now, they talk right now, say in the innocent for every single thing we be say in do. It's so unfortunate. So Tinubu knows since all this why say Mazen and the Kanu they innocent for everything. So I don't go talk much. Pay attention, watch this video to the end. The ending side is most important, where you need to pay attention and share this video to everyone on every social media platform. The only one if you take encourage supporters. Don't forget to click the subscribe button for more updates.
Distinguished members of the press, good afternoon. You may recall that Mr. Nnamdi Kanu, the self-acclaimed leader of proscribed IFOF, was sometimes back arrested precisely on the 14th day of October 2015 on 11-count charge bordering on terrorism, treasonable felony, managing an unlawful society, publication of defamatory matters, illegal possession of firearms, and improper importation of goods, among others. You may also recall that a judge at the Federal High Court, Abuja, on the 28th March 2019, revoked Kanu's bail that was granted him on health grounds and issued a bench warrant for his arrest on the same date over his failure to appear in court for hearing. He has, often jumping bail, been accused of engaging in subversive activities that include inciting violence through television, radio, and online broadcast against the Nigerian state and institutions. Kanu was also accused of instigating violence, especially in southeastern Nigeria, that resulted in the loss of lives and property of civilians, military, paramilitary, police force, and destruction of civil institutions and symbols of civil authorities. Self-acclaimed leader of the proscribed secessionist indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has, for your information, been intercepted through the collaborative efforts of the Nigerian intelligence and security services. He has been brought back to Nigeria in order to continue facing trial after disappearing while on bail regarding 11-count charge against him. Recent steps taken by the federal government saw to the interception of the fugitive Kanu on Sunday, the 27th day of June 2021. Inanne Kanyi Nnamdi Ngozichukwu Oku Kanu was born on the 25th September 1967 at Afrauku, Abia State, Nigeria, and indeed a holder of Nigerian passport number AO A051368827, first issued on the 17th October 2013 at Festac, Lagos. For your information, distinguished members of the press, Kanu is as at now been produced before Federal High Court in continuation of hearing of his case in respect of which he has evaded and indeed jumped bail. Thank you.
Now you heard him. Oh, the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Kanu, has been extradited and he will be charged to court because he jumped bail, this and that and that. Today, what is happening in his life? As I speak to you now, Abubakar Malami has been charged with terrorism or for terrorism. Yes, he has been charged for terrorism. And not only that, as I speak to you now, him, his wife, and son is in prison for money laundering. You know, you see, once you support evil, evil will come back to you. There is no two ways about that. You know that popular saying that na can't see fagaba fanon. If you support evil, evil must come back to you. Where is Elofai today? Where is Buyari today? A lot of them mention them, even them from the southeast. Where are they today? They are nowhere to be remembered. If you support evil, evil will certainly come back to you. No doubt about that. So, Abubakar Malami is in prison, him, his wife, and his son, for money laundering and for terrorism. According to the news we received, Nigerian court charges ex-Justice Minister Malami with terrorism offenses, right? The second one, ex-AGF Abubakar Malami, son, charged with 16 criminal counts for allegedly laundering over 8 billion naira. Did you hear that? So him, his wife, his son, all of them are in prison for money laundering. After accusing an innocent man of, supporting terrorism. Today is his turn and he's in prison. Now let's go down to this news briefly so that I can play a very important video for you. Right? According to this news, it says, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has charged former Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, with money laundering, concealment, and unlawful acquisition of proceeds of illegal activity. All right. The charges were filed at the Federal High Court in Abuja. All right. Mr. Malami, who served as AGF throughout former President Muhammad Buhari's 8 years administration, will be tried alongside an employee of Rahamania Properties Limited, Bashir Asabe, and his son Abubakar Malami. The trio are listed as the first, second, and the third defendants in the case. All right, so you have seen all the people that are listed that will be tried with Malami. All right, let's see. The EFCC brought 16 counts against the defendants, accusing them of engaging in multiple transactions between 2015 and 2025, intended to conceal the unlawful origin of billions of naira through bank accounts and property acquisition across Abuja, Kanu, and KB. They have had properties almost all over Nigeria, but in this case, they say Abuja, Kanu, and KB. Speaking with the Premier Times, a source familiar with the case said Mr. Malami has not yet been arraigned. Of course, he has been arraigned recently, just a few days ago. All right. We have not received a date yet, but the charges are ready and he has been served with them because he has not entered his plea. We cannot proceed. We are charging him, his first wife, Haji Asabe, and his son, the source said on Wednesday. So you see it, they charge him, Malami himself, they charge his wife, and they charge his son. Now the charges, let's look at this quickly. The charges. The EFCC alleged that Malami, his son, and Mrs. Asabe conspired to disgorge the origin of funds, acquire properties indirectly, and retain sums they allegedly knew were proceeds of unlawful activity in violation of the Money Laundering, Prohibition and Prevention Act of 2021 as amended and 2022. So what they did actually was that they acquired a property indirectly with money that they knew that money did not come from the right source. So the question is, where did the money come from? They said it is from unlawful activity. What is unlawful activity? Later, you still ask yourself, those supporting Boko Haram, abi? Now, let's move further. Quickly, let's see this. It says, in count 1, the EFCC alleged that between July 2022 and June 2025, Mr. Malami and his son directed Metropolitan Auto Tech Limited to conceal over 1 billion naira, 1 billion naira, as you can see, in a Sterling Bank account, knowing that funds were proceeds of unlawful activity. So they conceal 1 billion naira from an unlawful activity. Count 2 states that between September 2020 and February 2021, the duo allegedly concealed more than 600 million naira through the same company. All right. In count 3, the commissioner alleged that in March 2021, Mr. Malami and his son returned 600 million naira as cash collateral from a 500 million naira Sterling Bank loan to Rehan Hotels Limited, despite knowing the funds were illicit. Right? So they have been collecting money, all in this Sterling Bank. Where are they collecting it for? They know that the money they are collecting is what? Is an illegal money. This is the Minister of Justice, so the man who holds the office of justice in Nigeria. Look at him. Now, there are so many charges. If I read it, of course, we are in charge 3. You see charge 4. You see count 5. Let me zoom it. I'm not going to read it, but just want to show you. This is count 4. This is count 5, count 6, and so on and so forth. All the 16 count charges were all mentioned, and they were all about money. Look at this one. Another 1 billion. Huh? Look at this one. They keep collecting money. 700 million. They keep collecting money, you know, from unlawful activities. The question is, from which source are they collecting it from? Later, they will say, Mazen Kanu is a terrorist. He supports terrorism. This and that. Minister of Justice. Anyway, as I said earlier, once you support evil, evil will certainly come back to you. No doubt about that. Now, I'm going to allow you to watch a video. In this video, it is where Kanu said it all. That is going to happen, and it is happening. Oh yes. So please, I want to beg you to spend just a little time and listen to Kanu and hear what he said, because it is happening. Please, listen to Kanu.
But evil will come back to haunt you. All of you never knew that IPOB and this Biafra movement was for your liberation. Some of you saw maybe the oil and gas from Biafra land. If they go now, we'll have access to oil and gas. In the process of having your eyes fixated on oil and gas, your forest is gone. Do you understand it? There is nothing more precious in life than freedom. Freedom is very important. And I need you to understand this very morning. Every Yoruba person supporting Fulani, you are setting up yourself to become like the Hausa people. Remember when Hausa was supporting Fulani? We are Hausa Fulani, we are Hausa Fulani. Where are the Hausa people today? I ask you. Where are those Hausa people today? Do you see them anymore? They're saying we are Hausa Fulani, we are Hausa Fulani. Do you see them again today? Do you see them? I'm asking you. No, because Fulani have completely overwhelmed them. It's called emasculation. Completely emasculated them. How many Fulani governors are prepared to kill bandits? I didn't say normal people. I'm talking about armed, dangerous bandits. How many Fulani governors? Go and read your newspapers, you will see it there. Fulani governors are negotiating with them, giving them arms, giving them vehicles, making sure that their life is no longer a misery. The problem you people have in Nigeria is this. Your journalists, you see people, Punch newspaper, Tribune, Vanguard, and Nation, they are your second worst enemies. I'm telling you the truth. They can never ever be objective in their reportage. Never ever ever. That's why all of you are suffering. But you don't know it. They were the same people used to scuttle the NSAS protest. Of course, some of you went about looking for Indomie in warehouses. Typical black people. Any revolution that is coming now, You must stand very firm. They'll say, oh, you're Igbo. Oh, you're Yoruba. Oh, you're from Urobo. Don't join them. It's our turn in 2023. If you do this, you will scuttle our chances of becoming the president in 2023. Ask yourself, all of them that have been president from time immemorial, what benefit has it brought to you as a human being? Absolutely nothing. So you have nothing to lose. Absolutely nothing to lose. Look at Hausa. Because there is a saying where we come from. If you want to know what your life is going to become in the future, look at Hausa people. If you want to understand appreciate, I will say, the life that you are about to bequeath to your children and grandchildren, look at Hausa people. Is there any Hausa governor today? Is there any Hausa emir? Is there land though? Katsina is Hausa land. Kanu is Hausa land. Sokoto is Hausa land. The Hausa people own it, indigenous to those areas. I'm asking you this question. Is there any Hausa man who's an emir in the north? The answer is no. Something is going to happen to you. If you don't rise up now to break, I'm not even asking people to break this rule. Demand for what rightfully belongs to you, your freedom. The freedom to decide. The freedom to write a constitution if you prefer. The freedom to live with whoever you want to live with. That is what we are asking for. But most people misunderstood what we are saying. And today, almost everything we have said about the zoo has come to pass. Everything we have told you, everything I told you has come to pass, hasn't it? Everything.
Now, interestingly, is the cell that Nnamdi Kanu's brother was staying when we were arrested in October. That Malami is staying. Oh, so. And he has refused to even process his bail because he's afraid of. Is to tell you that whenever there's oppression, it will go full circle. So those of you who are in power, who are enjoying impunity, just know that one day impunity will come to your front door. Because Malami abducted me in court, in the federal high court here, after I was granted bail. And today now, Malami was granted bail. Malami has refused to process his bail because he doesn't even know what is happening outside of the prison door. And it happens that when I was detained there, it was Malami that sent me there. That time, the place they called the VIP special area now used to be a death row cell, a death row cell. But they have converted it. I heard Abakari when I developed the place. When we were there in October, my friend Ima, the younger brother of Nnamdi Kanu, was put in that particular place. Now Malami is enjoying it, but I hope he will pay Prince for putting deodorants in the cell so that he can breathe.
You are seeking damages to the tune of 500 million naira.
To get it correctly, let me first and foremost wish the media Happy New Year. And thank you for coming today. This is our first case of the year. And you can be rest assured that there will be many of them. So, and we encourage you to make sure that you help attend these cases and document them for history. Today's case relates to the consistent violation of my rights by the Nigerian police. So I decided last year, when I've had enough, to sue the IGP of police, the illegal IGP of police, in his personal capacity, and also sue the Ministry of Justice and the CP of Abuja, and we are seeking damages. It's not 500 million. The first is 200 million naira, and there's a separate 1 billion naira. I mean, this is small compared to what these guys have done to me in terms of physical harm. In some cases, they even tried to assassinate me inside the cell at the FID. All these things you all covered. So I decided to sue them after I was arrested illegally, after the Free Nnamdi Kanu protest we did in October of 2025, in which, as you all know, the police arrested us for exercising our fundamental human right. It turns out that this particular court was where they came to seek the order to stop us from participating in the protest. But the judge, in his wisdom, said, well, you can ask for a certain area not to be touched, but I cannot prevent people from protesting. I was, after the protests, I was haunted all over Abuja. They were shooting at me. Some of you saw it. And they arrested some people on the day of the protest. I went to the police station to get their bail. They refused them bail. And after I came to court, they then arrested me right here in front of the Federal High Court, detained me at the notorious Abattoir Detention Center, where SARS used to use. And I was detained in an open cell, developed malaria from there. Then I was driven to Kuje, close to 40 kilometers out of Abuja, where they had sought and found a judge. And I was granted bail. But the judge was scared away from the court so that he would not sign the bail bond. And I had to spend that weekend. But before spending the weekend, the police, led by the anti-vice police squad leader, one CSP Barao, physically assaulted me within the corporate, forced me into their vehicle, and took me to Kuje prison after I had been granted bail. So we said we've had enough. I had to spend 4 nights in Kuje prison that night. So that was the basis of this particular lawsuit. And our lawyer, Marshal Abubakar, you know him very well, is the one that is going to be doing justice to this, in addition to other competent attorneys, human rights attorney, AK Musa is here, Koje is here. There are some of them that have not resumed Wali also, who have not resumed from the New Year holidays. So they are not here today. It's a very competent team of attorneys from across the country. No one came from Ukraine this time around. These are Nigerian lawyers.
No Russian too.
No Russian. So that's the basis for today's case. Again, I want to welcome you and thank you for coming to cover this. And I hope we will see more of you. I want to say a small joke for the media. Anytime the federal government arrests me, I see the media everywhere. You find them in the toilet. Some of them are hanging from the POP everywhere. But whenever it is a case of Shiwore versus, no, we can't find the media anyway. I hope we develop the kind of relationship that will help you and help us cover this for posterity. I'm also in the media, so there's no basis for us to be separated. And whenever you get into trouble, I'm the first person who will go and defend you. I remember that when Channels TV had a problem with the Buhari regime, I went and sat in front of the Nigeria Broadcasting Corporation for hours just to make sure that those who were invited to that very nebulous meeting made it home that day. Those were the days of the crazy Buhari regime. And Malami. Now, interestingly, is the cell that Nnamdi Kanu's brother was staying when we were arrested in October. That Malami is staying. And he has refused to even process his bail because he's afraid of. It's to tell you that whenever there's oppression, it will go full circle. So those of you who are in power, who are enjoying impunity, just know that one day impunity will come to your front door. Because Malami abducted me in court, in the Federal High Court here, after I was granted bail. And today now, Malami was granted bail. Malami has refused to process his bail because he doesn't even know what is happening outside of the prison door. And it happens that when I was detained there, it was Malami that sent me there. That time, the place they called the VIP special area now used to be a death row cell, But they have converted it. I heard Abakari when I developed the place. When we were there in October, my friend Ima, the younger brother of Nnamdi Kanu, was put in that particular place. Now Malami is enjoying it, but I hope he will pay Prince for putting deodorants in the cell so that he can breathe. So these are lead lawyer to the Marshal Abubakar himself.
Happy New Year, everyone. It's our earnest belief that the police needs policing. The Nigerian police force are so used to acting with reckless impunity that they have forgotten that their powers is circumscribed by law and the Constitution. Like we emphasized and restated the optimum time, the police has no right or authority to arrest, detain, or to charge any person who has committed no offense. The Supreme Court has stated in the pretorial authorities that where a man is free, that man is free indeed and has no business visiting or being detained in prison. Unfortunately, the Nigerian Police Force believes that their power to investigate and to prosecute is at large, and that they cannot be held accountable whenever they run foul of the fundamental right of Nigerians. Like we stated, a man that has committed no crime has no reason to be charged to court. Protest is a fundamental right. That is the threshold. The court has insisted in the pretorial authorities that Nigerians have the liberty and the right to protest and demand for a change of obnoxious government policies and to demand that the government acts in consonance with the law.
Of a truth, I know say a day like this will come when people will be say they accuse Mazen and the hell of so many things go come the third truth because their conscience go they flog them. You see karma, you see conscience, now something will be say you no need to joke with. So I know say a day like this will come. For this man to come and start to tell the truth, that means one day waiting that they see. In fact, I know say they at peace with himself since all this while. Is a shameful thing, and they don't come out to tell the truth. What do you think about this confession we be saying in the make? Drop your opinion at the comment section. Make sure you share this video to everyone on every social media platform. Thank you, my lovely people. Click the subscribe button now for more updates. Share this video. Now the only one of you take encourage support us. Thank you.